AM 560, The Answer.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
An entire movement was started after they illegally and illegitimately bribed senators to pass Obamacare. Entire movement. It was called the Tea Party. Remember that, Squirrel? Bunch of guys. I'm going to rip it up by the root. We're going to rip it out. What did you idiots do? Nothing. When push came to shove, the guy who ran for office on stopping it, John McCain, may he burn in hell. Nah, you're going to be strapped with it. So to Ron's point, if I can cut him a break, the Republicans are the reason it's still in there.
Look at these numbers from the New York Times tonight. Look at this. This is for the tens of millions of Americans who get their health insurance through the online market.
I don't know if it's Rachel Maddow or that girl that looks like Rachel Maddow. I mean, guy that looks like Rachel Maddow. Do you know who it is, Squirrel? It might be one or the other. It's either that one or Andy Shaw's son-in-law.
Marketplaces, look. Based on the newly posted information, meaning the pricing information that's now being posted in multiple states, a family of four making $130,000 in Maine, so you combine the family's income, everybody's salaries.
To Rachel's defense, she knows anybody watching her show is wearing red shoes and a red Argyle sweater with tan pants.
Get up to $130,000. That family would face an increase in their annual health insurance premiums next year of $16,100.
It's not an increase. They would stop getting welfare. That's already paying the $16,000.
What was he wearing? Well, he was wearing a red Argyle sweater and tan trousers and red shoes. No, he's not retarded.
No.
Wrong.
He's just a fan of Rachel Maddow. Mitchell in Des Plaines.
You know, Sean, you talk about miscommunication. Well, it's going to be on steroids, Daddy-O. Why? Because Mercury is going to go retrograde in Sagittarius, which it is already in Scorpio. And if I'm correct, that you're on the Scorpio-Sag cusp,
yeah.
So you're right in the crossfire. So you're really good about calling out other people that are not. The whole point of Mercury retrograde is that people don't have their facts straight. Because Mercury rules the mind.
And I'm not, I love Ron, you know that. But the reality is, the reason I was so mad is because he's too smart to adopt the philosophy of somebody has to fix something somebody broke on purpose with another government orchestrated answer. When the answer is, before Barack Obama, not only was the insurance better, we had more of everything, more hospitals, more doctors, more choices. And the other side of the coin is, Mitchell, and you know this, you've been around for a long time. I cannot save somebody from themselves. If somebody is a degenerate, they deserve to reap the benefits of being a degenerate in the way somebody who is not reserves to reap the rewards of not being one.
Yeah, and also you bring up a good point. But first of all, what he doesn't understand, your good friend, is that they were able to change the networks, which was baked into the cake. So when they say you were able to keep your doctor on, no, that was a ruse. What happened was you were paying for less. You were paying more for less. And it destroyed, Ron. It destroyed and decimated the middle class who got caught in the middle of this crossfire, which he fails to realize.
And you know what I carry with me? I'm going to tell you something of something I realized. When I had always paid for my family. Always. This is the first time I ever worked for anybody. This is the reality, right? So I would pay the insurance, and I knew I had a friend of mine who was in business. And as it started to increase, he was in a business where he made like a 3% profit on what he was selling, on the widget he was selling. And as it started to increase, he just started to go bankrupt, and he started to put the premiums on his charge card. And this is when it went from $1,100 because it immediately went from $575 to $975. Then it went to $1,100. I can remember it. This is Blue Cross Blue Shield when you had a PPO and you had a $50 deductible. Then it went to $1,260, and he started to put it on his charge cards. Right? Then within 9 months, it went to $1,600. Started, and then you start paying interest on the charge cards because you can't make payments all the time. And he went bankrupt and lost his company. And he went to work at Home. He's dead now. He went to work at Home Depot for insurance, and he never felt like a man again. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with working with Home Depot, but when someone is an entrepreneur, it's in their bone marrow to be an entrepreneur. And what Obamacare did was really destroy a tremendous amount of people who could have been entrepreneurs, who were entrepreneurs. So when we talk about it, this is how it was always designed, to your point. They always knew they were lying. That's why Jonathan Gruber said they're too stupid to see it. He was right. And that's what Barack Obama sold. He knew what he was selling.
It can feel like a different era sometimes. But 15 years ago, I signed the Affordable Care Act into law.
That's it.
The goal back then was to establish that here in America, healthcare is not just a privilege, but a right.
Notice how 15 years later he stopped talking about that bulldog, about lowering your premiums $2,500 a year, about keeping your doctor. That silver-tongued scum knew what he was doing, and he achieved it. And now we're supposed to fix it? You can fix it by ripping it out by the root. Thank you, Mitchell. I really appreciate it. Mike, Ohio.
No, I was driving through Ohio the last time I talked to you. You guys, we were talking about New York City, and I'm probably one of your older guys listening. Do you remember the movie Escape from New York City? They built a wall around New York.
Snake Plissken. Snake Plissken. Kidding me? I think I went for him as Halloween once to a strip joint. Big hit.
Right. Who knew Kurt Russell was a prophet?
You're exactly right. Yeah, Snake Plissken was a prophet. I love it. I love it, Mike. Thank you very much.
Hey, you have a good weekend, sir.
I thank you. I needed that, boy. Now, New York. See, people forget. I forget nothing. How many of these low-life scum are still there?
At the Row Hotel. So in the hotel, we have close to 5,000 migrants. Anything involving this hotel, I was helping run it. Everything ranging from doctor's visits to medication is paid for the migrants. Anything you can possibly think of, it's being given to them. Car seats, cribs for newborns. There's, I want to say, at least 2 to 3 babies a week being born at this hotel. The migrants being in those hotels have destroyed them. There's a lot of alcohol in these rooms. Housekeeping is there all week, and they'll clean it, and by the end of the night, there's kids getting drunk together. There's people hooking up with each other. There's multiple guns in these rooms as well. The alarming thing is that this hotel is meant to be a family hotel.
It is a family hotel. The family, the kids, the parents are all drunk. $500 a night. Society paid. They paid for nothing. 312-642-5600.
Broadcasting from the petri dish of corruption known as the state of Illinois.
In the upper Midwest, the nation, and around the world.
This is the Sean Thompson Show on AM 560. The Answer.